I would like for you to weigh in on this debate about whether or not Trump is evil or if he's just the epitome of sin. So I was having a discussion with a friend a little bit earlier today, and she mentioned that, I can't remember exactly how it went, but it was something to the effect that Trump was evil. Or I brought it up or something. I said something like, I actually don't think he is evil. I get that he is the epitome of sin. All 7 deadly sins, this man is wrapped up in it. And I don't think there's a single 10 commandments that he actually didn't break repeatedly. But before you weigh in, because I know some of y'all are probably already jumped to the comments going, my God, he's so evil. Let me give you my examples of evil. But first, I think Trump is absolutely greedy. We see it in his weight. We see it in his gold gluttony, like his whole Midas obsession. We see it in the way that there's no amount of money that is enough for him, especially now that he's no longer trying to get in the club. He is the club for a lot of people. I don't know if he's actually prideful, because that would mean he actually have to like himself somewhat. But I am going to say that he is prideful just in the fact that he can't take any amount of shaming whatsoever, and that he swears he's all the est, the EST at the end of the words. The biggest, the brightest, the richest, the blah, 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 blah. He's definitely got that anger thing under control, right? Not under control, but he is literally a wildfire when he is angry. I think I remember reports from first administration about him throwing Whoppers or ketchup or something against the door when he heard news he didn't like a nasty little toddler. Envy? Absolutely. He's got black people envy. He has melanin envy. He has Obama envy. He has Kamala envy. He has Hillary envy. He has envy, envy, envy. So absolutely. Lust, show us the Epstein files, right? Every single one of his wives, other than the first one, started out as a mistress. Gluttony, again, the greed that he has. Greed and gluttony are Siamese twins. Sloth, have you actually seen him work? I mean, he signs some things, he eats dinner with people, he golfs. I think he's golfed more than a third of his administration this term. I'm not sure. I'm not keeping up, but there is a tracker that does keep up with all of that. It was a good amount of golfing. Each one of those things costing us a whole lot of money. But have you actually seen him negotiating, like for real negotiating, not bullying and all that stuff? Is he really touring disaster sites and speaking hope and help into the people? Is he doing anything more than bullying institutions, abdicating his job as the president, allegedly, to the shadow president? I don't think that's too alleged. Stephen Miller. See my previous video regarding the shadow president. So sloth, I'd say so. As far as I'm feeling, as far as I'm picking up, he doesn't have the depth, the sinister depth that evil actually requires. So to me, he's just, not just, let me take that away, but he is the walking epitome of sin. Now evil, that's a different brand. And unfortunately, we have some examples of that as well. You saw the video of Stephen Miller talking about what they were going to do in DC. The smile as he relished the thought of the harm that he was going to do to people. The way he relished and celebrated the caging of kids at the border in 2019 and during COVID. See, evil is unextinguishable. It's unappeasing. And that is also Peter Thiel. This man relishes the idea of human eradication. And the combination of Thiel and Miller has been incredibly dangerous for this country. Incredibly dangerous. Evil really enjoys the harm it inflicts on other people. And basically salivates at the idea of even more. Now, don't get me wrong, both of them people are destined for what I call hell on earth, which is reincarnation over and over again to learn the same exact lessons that you miss. So they will both be likely born again into a family of a father that doesn't like them, blah, blah, blah. The same kind of themes, the same kind of pain until they actually grow. Don't know if that's possible, because it feels like these are souls who are on their like 100th life, and all they're trying to do is get the evil part of it better. And my spiritual senses are saying that what Trump is truly responsible for in this current iteration is all the greed and gluttony of everything, right? So that is the tariffs, because he's an idiot. That is selling our secrets and selling our access to chips and all that stuff to people that it's not supposed to be sold to. Anything that has a price tag attached to it, that's Trump. Point blank, period. So really, whenever I think of this administration, my brain, my spirit literally moves Trump to the side, because he's not who we actually need to focus on. In truth, if he does disappear, however that happens, before this year is out, we do get to save somewhat ourselves. But if he's still in place come the new year, we're in a bigger fight, because as I said, when we shift him to the side, we're looking at what's really there. We're looking at the evil. We're looking at the supernaturally sinister. We are looking at the people who are here to destroy not just democracy, but ultimately this world. They want to be the only leaders of this world. They're essentially, I won't even say the Thanos. I don't know who they would be if we were thinking of villains or what have you, but all they really want to do is lead and crush and all that kind of stuff with people. That's the evil. That's what's behind the orange bloat. That is the stuff we need to honestly be paying attention to. And one of the best ways to silence them and get rid of them is to support ETA, SMART, and all those other people, so that they can work towards the illegitimacy of this administration, so that we can wipe out more than just a figurehead. Because if we allow the next puppet to be in play, then the evil gets to continue pulling the strings, but they pull the strings harder, because their next thing is using that puppet to destroy what's left so that they can emerge. If you think of the Avengers, right, where Loki seemed to be the villain of everything, but it turned out he was just a puppet. He was just the door into the earth world for the bigger, the more sinister. That's exactly what we're dealing with here. That's exactly what we're dealing with here. These far right, these fake Christians, national, whatever, those people are Loki. They're Loki. Okay? But this guy, the orange guy with the bloat, he's like the Avengers 3, where you have the actor, the Mandarin. I think that was the name. That's who he is. So he's just there to make money. He's just there to grift. He's just there to have this proximity to power, so to speak. Whereas the other ones want the real one. They want everything. Not deals, power. Anyway, let me hear from you. What do you think? Is he evil? Or is he just the epitome? Not just. Is he the epitome of greed? Or if he's both? And if you're going to say both, I want you to justify it. What are you seeing? Let me know.